can Shiv ever be balanced with the way his kit works today? My most played hero is Shiv. I have played every kind of build there is for Shiv, and there's something that is stable with this character. Is how broken he can feel one game and how bad he can feel the next. One game you can't die, you're doing so much damage, you're hitting your timings, getting the items you need, and then in the next game you can't hurt a fly and it feels like you just die on repeat. It has created a character that has gone through many ups and downs in both community opinion and how strong he actually is. Right now Shiv is very strong if he can get off the ground, which is not really that hard if you farm some neutrals. He is difficult to get behind on. He has a couple items now ever since the item rework that if you buy Radiant Regeneration, like, that item really makes this character so good because it kind of counteracts his biggest negative, which is the bloodletting, and that you can be dead and there's nothing you can do to save yourself. But now with Radiant Regeneration, that's a very easy way to save yourself. You just use an ability. Synergizes very well with his whole kit since he is very much ability oriented, especially now. I think Spirit Shiv is very, very good right now. Especially if you buy Arctic Blast and then dash into them. It makes... There's a couple really good positives for this. One, Cold Front's just really good item, so it has a good lower tier item. Two, you get extra damage from the Arctic Blast when they're frozen, and your dash already does a lot of damage. And then three, it makes the dash really, really easy to hit because they can't move when they're Arctic Blasted. So it just synergizes with his kit super, super well. New item that got released in the item rework. Another very, very good item I just talked about was Radiant Regeneration, got released in the item rework. Those two items have allowed Spirit Shiv to really thrive. And now that this most recent patch a couple days ago, early July 4th actually, which is a funny day to release a patch, but this most recent update when they nerfed all the gun stuff, Shiv has just inherently gotten a big buff from that because his spirit is so good. And now that Spirit's just buffed across the board for everyone, it's very, very good for Shiv. And he's allowed to dominate a little bit more. And, like, anyone that's ever played this game knows how feast or famine Shiv can be. But usually it's only famine when he's on your team and feast when he's on the other. But it's such an interesting character because not only does he have one of the lowest pick rates, he also has one of the lowest win rates. And, like, the character's always been good. And, like, obviously the execute is a little bit better on higher elo, but even now, I don't even think execute's, like, the best part of his kit. Like, the knives are so good, the dash is so good. Execute's a very, very good cherry on top, but I don't think execute is what makes Shiv so good. I think dash, the way that he's able to apply escalating exposure with his knives is very, very good. You buy some duration on the knives, very, very good. He just has a lot of things going for him, especially in how the meta is playing out right now. And I think, give it a couple weeks, give it a couple days, people are going to start getting mad at Shiv again. Next patch, Shiv will get nerfed. Shiv will be really bad, then Shiv will get buffed again. Shiv goes through this cycle of everyone thinks he's really, really bad when he's actually really good. He then gets a buff. He becomes super, super good. Then he gets a nerf, and he's worse than he was originally. He gets a buff again, a buff, nerf. And it just feels like the way that his kit synergizes together will never be able to be fun to play against, mainly, or balanced. Like, I don't know how you balance this character because it feels like he rides this gray area of balance so hard. It's so thin that, like, if you buff one thing a little bit too much, he goes over and he tips under. He's very volatile, and, like, I don't know where I see the direction for this character. Like, let me know in the comments if you know, like, where Shiv will be, but, like, I think before the game fully releases, there's going to be a lot of character reworks, I think. I think a lot of characters are going to get looked at because, in my opinion, a lot of these characters are kind of just not fun to play against. Like, Vindicta's not fun, Moa Krill's not fun. Dynamo, I would say, is in between, but that's besides the point. I think Dynamo will always be worked that way because there's no other way for him to work. What else? Yeah, I just don't know what the direction for this character is going to be. Like, he's my most played character, and it feels like I know the least. Like, I know how to build him and stuff, but I don't know what he's going to be like when the game fully releases is probably a good way to put it, just because Shiv is frustrating to play against. Like, and I guess it is to execute. A lot of people hate probably to execute the most because you just know you're going to die to it, and, like, I don't know. Maybe it needs, like, a Geist range, or I don't know. I think they need to remove the ability to reset it, even though I don't think the resets are that good. I think it's a niche function that can be very, very good in a team fight, but most of the time not. Like, if you're gonna get 3 to 4 resets in a team fight, in my opinion, you're already gonna win the team fight. So why would you buy that? Like, you don't do you need that? Why would I invest my ability points into that when I could invest my points into maxing knives, and the knives do a ton of damage? Like, I hope that makes sense, but it feels like execute's what you remember because it kills you, but execute oftentimes is just a kill steal button from other people, so I don't know if, I mean, that's obviously a volatile part of his kit. The most volatile has always been Rage. Like, Rage used to be so crazy, and now it's like, it's still good, but, like, it's really not what it used to be. Like, it used to be, like, you were just full Rage, and you just kill everything. Which is so weird that even when he was that strong, he was still super low win rate. Like, I don't get it. I think Shiv might be difficult to, I don't know, whatever the reason Shiv has low win rate is besides the point. It's not really the point of the video, but yeah. Let me know in the comments if you have any ideas how to balance this character. Let me know if you have other ideas or other characters you think need to get reworked. I think there's a lot that needs something to be done about them, just because I would say Vindicta Tether is probably the most obvious, because, like, that's just the most unfun thing to play against. They buy Echo Shard and then Elkfire. Oh my god. Echo Shard, Alkfire, Tether might be just the worst thing ever. And, like, you buy debuff remover, you remove one, then she throws another one on you. It's like, oh, nice. Like, it forces you to buy, like, that's one thing I've always talked about in a lot of my videos, is any character that forces you have to buy this item against them, I think is a little bit of a poor design. But what do I know? I'm just a fucking talking head on the internet. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I think that's poor design. I think it's poor design to have to buy debuff remover against Infernus because burn is so good. I think it's stupid to have to buy debuff. I guess every item you have to buy is debuff remover, and debuff remover is good every game, but I think it's a little, there are other examples, I just can't think of them right now. You gotta buy return fire against Haze, which, like, you don't really have to, but that's kind of an example of what I'm talking about. It's like, if I buy this item, this character becomes way worse. And, like, yeah, that's part of the game. It's part of a MOBA. It's counter swap. Not counter swappy, it's counter builds. But I don't know. I guess Return Fire would be actually a good example of an item that is good because it makes Haze worse, but you don't have to buy it against the Haze. It's not something you need to buy, but it would make your life against Haze a lot easier because she just killed herself in her ultimate. But that's besides the point. Thank you for watching.